What is going on YouTube? I am Endless Win. Welcome back YouTube to Season 1, Episode number 21 of the Minecraft Feed the Beast single player series. I think there's a guy around here who's trying to mess with me. I think he came over here and couldn't get by. Yeah, I heard him. So yeah, he'll zap all my mana. You can see down there in the bottom right, I haven't used any spells recently, and it's about 3/4 of the way full now. So, look what I found. Yay! This quarry is completely done over here. We've got a huge mess that eventually we're going to have to clean up. As you can see, this is a big, beautiful eyesore. Went all the way down. You can see the bedrock down there, kind of, a little bit over there. So, these little floating things, those are oreberry bushes that the quarry will not pick up, no matter what you tell it to do, because it doesn't listen. So other than that, we found some end stone, and we did not mine this up. I actually made a new age, and I think it's probably this one, which is not the nicest of ages, as you can see. Got to get out of here pretty quickly, but nothing but end stone. Sweet. So we'll go back there and visit in a short time. Then I made this one, and this one was fairly uneventful, and it was nothing but dirt. As you can see here, dirt, as far as the eye could see, and horses, dirt and horses and mushrooms. So nothing here. Definitely didn't want to mine, just dirt. Don't need dirt. So I made another age, and this age actually was a little bit helpful. Full of rain, nothing but rain, continuous downpour, and here's our quarry 2.0. And if you can still hear me over the rain, I think it's probably down to around 40 or so. This red stuff is not blood, it's actually redstone, liquid redstone, and if you jump in it, you'll get a buff. You'll get a poison and a healed buff at the same time. Yeah, so now you know. It's as helpful as it is useless. It's about as helpful as a bucket of water in the nether. So we got the quarry running again. We fixed up a little bit of stuff in here. We got a little bit of lag because of all the ages we just jumped through, and then the quarry running in a different age. So a slight lag, but we're still running around like 70 to 60 frames per tick on average. So not too bad. It's normally, even when I'm recording, it's normally up around 120 frames per tick. But as long as we don't drop below 40, we should be good. Because I think around 32 is when you can really start to notice. So I made another ME drive, filled it up with 4K storage cells. Haven't really gotten used. We've been keeping an eye out on our resources, compressing the cobblestone. So you can see here, got quite a bit of compressed cobblestone. So got 3 of the quintuples, which is 59,000 pieces of cobblestone. So it's a long way to the octuple, which is, I showed y'all before, 43 million or some odd crazy number like that. I guess these are done for now. I don't remember them finishing up, but been throwing stuff in here, aluminum, because you can't pulverize aluminum and double it this way, so I've just been throwing the aluminum in there, and then random ores in here as things go. But what I probably want to do next is start expanding probably out this way. And work on probably what will be the biggest room of all the rooms. And I'm actually going to try and not relocate, so I want to do this room right. And with this one, I'm going as big as possible continuously. Um, like very, very much continuously, as big as possible with everything you can do. So when we make a tank, we'll make the biggest tank possible. When we make our crafting for our ME system, there's a crafting multi-block, and when we do that, it will be as big as possible. All this stuff, we are going to do it huge. And then I also I'm giving away a lot of stuff that we're going to do later in the series, but I also decided over here we're going to go back probably another 10 blocks. I heard him. Maybe he's in the wall. I'll find you. Not. Yeah, you definitely hear him. And we'll go probably about 10 blocks that way, because if you look at the map here, this is pretty closely lined up to that. It's actually 2 or 3 blocks off. So we'll go about 10 blocks that way. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make a Steve's cart, modular cart, that will mine just on the Y level of probably 10 or 11. So it won't, it'll get cobblestone obviously, which, I mean, we're going to need to compress it to get that octuple piece, but it'll be getting more diamonds and emeralds and redstone and lapis and things like that that we need, because we're good on dirt. We have enough dirt to set us straight for a really long time. We're pretty good on sand as well. You can see marble, and then there's some quarry stone that's getting picked up from this round of mining. So it'll be a little bit more targeted down on the lower level, and so we'll make a real nice Steve's cart that'll, you know, do everything for itself. And we'll keep it pretty close because we'll have to keep it stocked with things, but it'll all be automated. We'll also make a Steve's cart tree farm. We'll make a forestry tree farm. We'll make a mine factory reloaded ranch. We will do it all. So probably in this episode, what I was going to do is start working on the tank room. Like I said, the tanks are going to be as big as possible, and there's no reason to have a tank full of lava, but we're going to do it. Just because it would be nice to have a little bit of buffer, because basically what would happen is if this tank decided to run out over here, I wouldn't have much of a warning at all. It probably holds 2 to 3 buckets, and then I'd be out of lava. So I would like to have a warning so I could just run by it and say like, oh, why is this getting low all of a sudden, and realize that I need to go to the nether and move my lava tank system. So we've got built another magmatic dynamo. We've got the steam dynamo just chilling in here. We'll add to the power room, but for now this is kind of like a, you know, out of sight, out of mind room. And so what we'll do is I'll pause the recording obviously, and I'll start working on a he drops these little ender things too, the ender seeds. I'll start working on a tank room. There we go. It surely isn't the first Enderman I've killed, but maybe so. They tend to run on me, and they tend to have not been showing up, and now this guy all of a sudden he wants to be here too, so I'll have to get him after I eat, because I realized I'm getting a little low here, and we'll let's see if we can't find him now. And now he's of course disappeared. Ow. This is like the furthest jump you can make, I think. Ow. And he's not coming back, but I do want to clean up those seeds, because I should probably run straight, because I'm just, you know, I'm just like that. Can't have things left undone. There we go. Okay, so that Enderman's probably gone forever. Such is life, no big deal. Need to put that one piece of dirt there. Let's see if he went down this way. Nope. Okay, so that Enderman's gone. He's done messing with it. So I'll cut the recording here, and I'll start clearing out to give y'all an idea. I'm not really sure how big it's going to need to be. and probably won't make it big enough, but I'm going to make it pretty big, and then if I need to, I'll just go one level down underneath it. So probably something like, I don't know, that, something. But like I said, we're going to have a whole castle built around this. So we're doing a reverse castle. Instead of putting a moat around water, we're going to put a castle around water. I don't know what I just said there. Instead of putting a moat around a castle, we're going to put a castle around water. Yeah, sounds cool. Be right back. Should be in luck here. Nice and close to the house. Y'all are just all over the place, aren't y'all? Jerks. Ow. Ow. Okay. Oh, make sure we set this to clear. And with any luck, there we go. So not clearing out everything, and it's a work in progress. That's all I can say. I didn't want to go too far because clear out the house, not a good thing, especially because that probably would have taken out like, yeah, right at the enchanting table. That's the word I'm looking for. So we'll take care of these trees and things like that, but just wanted to give you all an idea of what we're clearing out, and definitely went smaller than what I needed to, but we can, in the long run, build down, or up even if we wanted to, so not a problem. Be right back. Alright, welcome back. So I have this weird, yeah, it doesn't make much sense, but it does when I'll explain it to you. So I've got the room built out, and we didn't go quite that far at all, because we're going to go down and maybe even a level or two up. But this here, and I'll clear out this to give you the idea too. This here is the wall, and this will be the floor. These will actually be this level that I just dug out right there will be the very bottom. So they'll be into the floor one level, and they'll go up that high. And this will be a tank, and that'll be a tank of whatever I decide to put. There's plenty of liquids, water, lava, you know, or your basic stuff, but there's also seed oil and ethanol and all sorts of fuels and things like that. And so we're going to have a giant tank room. And basically any liquids that we need will be transported around by the uses of tesseracts. Yes, I said tesseracts. So anybody who knows what those are, we're going to need a lot of ender pearls. But luckily, these are growing a lot faster than what they were. In fact, this is since I started recording this episode, this is the second one that's grown. There was one here that I just replanted. So these ender pearls, they start to grow from the ender lilies after a while, especially once you have them on endstone. Now, you can put them on a ender core and they grow even faster, but an ender core requires actual ender pearls to grow. And then there's lamps of growths and, you know, watering cans and things like that we can help them along, but we're definitely getting where we want to be with the ender pearls. So this is going to be the room, and this is going to be the tool that I'm going to use to build the room. So hopefully, yeah, a lot easier this way. Once we have enough of the stone, we're going to run out of stone pretty quickly. But I've got plenty more cooking up, and in fact, I think we're out. Yep, we're out. So going to need a lot of stone, and then we'll connect this through a little bitty hallway or something like that, and we'll have a door. Will probably be somewhere, well, it's going to be tricky because we've got all this stuff taken up. We'll figure out something, but no need to worry. For now, there's your door. Yay, we have a door. In fact, I might even center it because I did do that. So we'll center it right there. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. So how are we going to make these tanks? Well, I'm not going to lie, I don't know if I have the resources yet to make one of these tanks, because as big as we're going to do it, but we're definitely close. So I'll go ahead and show you this crafting recipe. I'm actually going to check this over here first. We're doing alright, and we'll throw some more cobble in this hopper here. So the recipe for these tanks have multiple different parts, and we are not going to be doing steel because we can't make steel yet. But if you look here, iron tank walls, that's what the walls will be made out of. And then you've got these gauges. They're actually glass, so you can see inside, so quite a bit of glass. And then the actual recipe is this. So we will need to make these iron plates from railcraft, as well as for it here, because we're going to need iron plates here. But it's not too bad because it's 4 in a rolling machine. Rolling machine's pretty easy to make. We'll probably do that here at the end of the episode. I just want to show you all this and finish building that room there. And then your gauge is more of the plates with iron bars and a lever. So you can see it actually does make quite a few, and you can change the color. So if you want the tank to be black or red, green, or all the other colors. And each to make, let me go back here. So 4 will give you 4, but then in turn these 4 will give you 8. So basically 1 iron ingot gives you 2 of these pieces. And if we look here, we've got quite a bit of iron. It's just going to be putting it in the rolling machine and taking care of it that way. So let me try and finish up this building and watch all these bricks slowly start to smelt, and I'll bring you all right back. Welcome back, guys. So I was running back and forth and I kept seeing this, and I made room for a rolling machine, and I'm just like, I can't stand this. And I know I said in the last episode that I was going to clean it up. So what I did want to do here is just show y'all what we are going to do. So we need some more of these stone tool rods. So we'll make this, and what we're going to do now is take care of this mess with some covers. So basically this is now, this one block that was in my inventory is now 8, and we're going to put it right on top of these to clean it up and make it look nice and pretty, like they're not even there. And we can even put one there so you can't see it underneath. It's actually going to be a little bit of a pain, and we just used it for the other thing we can do with these, and that's cut off power supplies. So you can see there, lost the cover. It's gone forever and ever. It's down there somewhere, I don't know. But it's kind of a bit of a pain to get them positioned right. But what I can do is get it positioned just perfectly so that it, like here, you can kind of see the outline if you look, that it would be on top of the chest. So what we need to do here is get the outline to where it would be right under the chest, and we again cut off the power. So I'll probably try and fiddle with this off camera, or wait till I can do it now, I guess, because there's no reason for that chest to have power. And it's the easiest way is to just put it right on top, and then we can put this chest here back where it was, and you can't see that anymore. So we can hide all these things nicely. And then well, what do we do here? Well, we'll deal with that in another episode. But for now, I did want to show you all that, and actually need to remove that cover and get back to building the house, because it's a slow and steady process of trying to get all these that we need. So I'll cut the recording again, give y'all a quick glimpse at how far along I am, but it's definitely not very far at all. but I did go ahead and build one stack all the way up so we could see how high it was going to be. Close this up. So it's going to be that high, that far around. So definitely quite a few bricks. And then the ceiling, of course, and the ground. We'll do the ground probably later. It'll look like garbage for now. So bring y'all back in just a moment and we'll do the rolling machine. Welcome back, YouTube. Alright, let's get on a rolling machine. So it's really easy recipe, and it's from Railcraft, and I've already made all this stuff. So, and the nice thing about it, it takes many different power sources to include thermal expansion. You see up there at the top, it says MJ, but it's using the RF. MJ is microjoules or Minecraft joules or something like that, and then the RF is redstone flux. So, but it takes it and it converts it. So, the real simple thing, we'll get a couple stacks of iron here. We'll make the recipe like that, and it will retain it. And so basically, if I decide to click that, what will happen is this will not be there anymore. But the nice thing about it is if I decide to put a bunch there, it will do it automatically until the last set is left, and it will just keep going and going and going. So I'll grab one more stack of iron, and it will just keep going. You do have to clear this out because it will stop at 64 because it won't stack any higher than that. So you can clear this out manually, and it'll just keep making these and making these and making these. And we'll go back and show some of the recipes. If I take these away, there's your iron tank walls right there, and you can see there that's where I got the dimensions from. Diameter 9 by 9 with a height of 8. And so we won't need a total of those because we're also going to be making the tank gauges, which are clear and see-through, so you can see what liquid is inside, as well as the valves, which is where you will be able to pump in and out liquids. So must be in bottom 2 layers to output liquid. So what we'll probably do is put it where it's visible and not up underneath, so we don't have to always. Nice. These things grow so much fast. This is the 4th one in the episode, so but we'll put it on one of the bottom 2 layers. I did not finish the house. I'm a failure at that, but it's getting somewhere. So we'll put it either probably right at this layer, because the layer underneath it will be the ground layer, and you won't be able to do it there. So we'll take care of this dude. Dropped us 2 ender pearls, because we had one from earlier. So we will be rolling in the ender pearls very, very soon, especially as we start getting better armor, and we'll really mess with these guys and things like that. So we'll just check before we end the episode. We've got 13 ender pearls. We've got 16 ender pearls with 2 pieces of ender pearl dust, which if you put all 9 together get an ender pearl. So we are definitely rolling soon in the ender pearls. We can go through these real quick just by making one tesseract or working on our modular power suit, which is sitting in our inventory system at the time for the time being. But we'll probably in the next episode work on that a little bit. Won't equip it because it still won't have the armor we want, but we'll probably add some servos to it so it'll have fall protection, and we'll test that out on camera. So guys, if you enjoyed the episode, I hope you like and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the overworld.